Welcome back, my students, to another episode of Comic Class. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be continuing our Grant Morrison JLA run with issues 22 and 23 today. And yeah, if you watched my previous video, you would know that we skipped some issues. And the reason for that is that I didn't notice that some of the issues that were written between last video and this video were actually written by Mark Waid. And I did not want to include those issues because I'm really just focusing on Grant Morrison and his JLA run and what he wrote, his issues, his original 6-story arc run. And yeah, so we're going to continue doing that. Eventually I'll probably talk about Mark Waid's issues, but we're not going to be adding it to this retrospective, so we're skipping those issues. Without further ado, guys, let's jump right into issues 22 and 23 of Grant Morrison JLA. And yeah, let's get on with the video. Let's go. So this story pretty much starts off with a character called Michael Haney, Haney's, I guess, and basically he's in some type of dream world, and this dream world is being controlled by Starro, I believe is the name, the original villain when the Justice League was first formed in the comic books. So this is a nice throwback to the origins of the Justice League itself. And we get to see that Michael Haney basically has a drawing of Superman in his dream, with the logo not really being completely the same as we see on the real Superman, so he's kind of like still working on it. And yeah, we jump into Metropolis with Superman basically arriving home and seeing that Lois is asleep. And this isn't just Lois, this is like everybody in Metropolis, pretty much almost everyone throughout North America is actually experiencing this type of dreamlike state. So Superman basically goes to the Justice League to try to figure out what exactly is going on in Metropolis and the rest of North America. Now we get to see the character called Sandman. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Neil Gaiman's Sandman or just a different Sandman in general, but we get to see that he basically tells them that something's interfering with the dream escape, basically the world of dreams. So he's basically telling Superman and them that he's gonna have to use their help to kind of break Starro's hold on everybody. So he's gonna take them into the dream world to basically try to save them. And yeah, so basically they get put to sleep by the Sandman to enter the dream world, and that's pretty interesting. Now we get to see that the Flash basically gets some remains of Starro that they actually have in the Justice League Watchtower, and basically has Batman kind of study it and try to figure out what exactly they need to do to beat Starro. So while that's happening, we get to see that Superman and them have entered the dreamscape, and we get this really cool interaction with Kyle Rayner and the Sandman basically saying that he will actually surpass Hal Jordan as a Green Lantern because he actually fears fear, or or something like that. Basically he understands fear, whereas Hal Jordan gave into it. So I really enjoyed that, and I wonder if that's going to come to fruition in the World War III story arc, which is the conclusion to Grant Morrison's run. Now we also learned in this scene that they actually don't have their powers at the moment, so they're going to have to try to fight off Starro's mind control people without their powers. And this is a way, I'm guessing, that Grant Morrison did it so that Superman wouldn't be knocking people's heads off by hitting them, which kind of took me by surprise when I first was reading this, but then I remember they actually had lost their powers when they went into the dreamscape. So basically we get to see that Michael Haney is about to be put under Starro's spell, basically by his own parents and family, and it's a pretty awesome scene as we get to see Michael basically scream out for Superman's name, and Superman's logo actually appears on his drawing's chest, and we get to see that Superman actually hears Michael's screams and basically goes to try to rescue him and gets the team to kind of join him to try to rescue this boy, which is the key to breaking the dreamscape. Now we get to see that Starro actually is like a huge Starro on top of the Earth, basically on top of North America, and Martian Manhunter sees this. Now Martian Manhunter allows us to see that there's actually multiple Starros that are planning to take over the entire planet and every continent on the planet, and they're really hoping that Superman, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman are able to defeat what they need to defeat and save the boy. That way they can break this curse off the people. Now, you see that Superman, Wonder Woman, and Kyle Rayner are fighting off this horde of mind control people, and while they're doing that, you see that Aquaman actually is in the sea, and he sees that one of the Starros is actually in the sea, trying to control, I guess, the sea life or something like that, or maybe just try and use their telepathic link from the sea. So we get to see that Superman basically arrives, and he's actually almost being controlled by Starro, but he's fighting through the mind control and actually breaks out of it whenever the boy, says Superman. And I guess it gives Superman the ability to use his heat vision again, because Sandman basically told him that the key to destroying Starro is to have the boy believe in him. And the boy basically says that he knew that he was real, stuff like that, so proving that, he does believe in Superman. And that probably gives Superman his power of heat vision and his super strength bat, so that's pretty cool. Now, Orion actually appears on Earth to try to stop what's happening with Starro, and he doesn't really care that Aquaman is in the vicinity to where Starro's at in the ocean, and he just fires his attacks on Starro, trying to take him out, despite maybe accidentally killing Aquaman in the process if he were to do this. Now, Starro gets mad and shoots a beam of energy, taking out Orion. He didn't kill Orion, but he at least knocked him out, it seems. And yeah, I'm surprised that Aquaman survived that. He must not have been in the blast radius whenever that blast went off. And Zariel basically saves Aquaman and brings him up to the surface, into the sky. And basically, Martian Manhunter tells them that Batman has came up with a plan to kind of reverse the signal of Starro and make him believe that planet Earth isn't a great host planet, and will get Starro to stop attacking the Earth. So they go off with this plan and have Martian Manhunter use his telepathic link to send the message to Aquaman, and then to use Aquaman to be the intermediate to send the message to Starro. And this actually works because the dreamscape that Superman's in, it's implied that it had to do with Michael Haney believing in Superman, and I'm guessing Batman's plan working together to make Starro lose his full control over everybody. And yeah, basically Starro gets defeated, and Superman is woken up by the Sandman, as well as Kyle Rayner and Wonder Woman. Now, we're revealed to Michael Haney basically being a war veteran, it seems, and he's actually an adult that was dreaming of himself in his childhood days, which was awesome. It was an awesome reveal to see that, and we can see that Lois Lane basically waits as well as the rest of Metropolis. And we get to see that Sandman is looking at Michael Haney, and it looks like he gifted him with some money or some gold to not be in poverty, I guess, because he was living on the streets, it's implied. So yeah, a really cool ending for that character and his little role in this story. And at the end of the story, we basically see that Starro is being made into some type of necklace, I guess, in Sandman's dream world. Guessing they reversed it to where Starro's actually in the Sandman's dream world. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean, but he's basically is put in this type of like fishbowl, and is with a ton of different artifacts. So I'm wondering if that has to do with other super villains or alien artifacts or stuff like that. I have no idea. I'm not very familiar with Sandman's character. I have heard that Neil Gaiman's Sandman is a masterpiece, so I will want to read that. I'm not sure if I'll cover it on the channel, but I do want to read it personally, being a comic fan, as I have heard a lot of great things about it, and about it being a masterpiece and all. So yeah, but I'm not even sure this is the same character, so if you know, please leave a comment down below. Is this Neil Gaiman Sandman? If so, do you recommend I check out the actual comic, the original run of Sandman by Neil Gaiman, because I have heard great things. But that's going to be all for this video, guys. A Justice League, or JLA, I guess you say, by Grant Morrison, issues 22 and 23 were pretty good. I enjoyed them a lot. To be honest, after reading the Prometheus story arc and then going into Mark Waid's like 2 issues that he did with Julie in September, I really felt a drop off, and I never understood why people put Grant Morrison on such a pedestal when it came to JLA. But after reading Mark Waid's stuff, and even if it was just like filler, I guess you could say, and maybe Mark Waid does better when he gets his own run after Grant Morrison, I definitely felt a drop off in quality. So I can kind of see now why people love the Grant Morrison run so much, because he really does understand the characters, and his story ideas are always unique and creative, and they're just fun to read. That's going to be all, guys. Next video, we're going to be covering some more Grant Morrison stuff. I have to look at what issues I'll have to cover next, and be careful not to be covering stuff by Mark Waid or Mark Millar. I think did an issue pretty soon after this. So I have to make sure I don't be covering that stuff and just stick to Grant Morrison completely. Like I said, eventually we will be covering Mark Waid on the channel. So if you're a fan of that run, especially Tower of Babel, we're definitely going to be reviewing that soon. Be sure to subscribe for that. And if you're enjoying the Grant Morrison run, be sure to like it and check out the previous, I think it's like 4 videos that came before this. I cover it all the way from issue 1 to recent. But until next time, guys, God bless you, and until the next video, keep on reading those comments.
I am who I'm meant to be. I am who I'm meant to be. Over and out again. My future needed clarity.